Hey guys, what's up? Brandon from Tree Bass Fishing here, and today I'm going to be doing a review of my new kayak. I just got the FeelFree Lure 11.5, and I chose to get the 11.5 because the 13.5 was just a little bit too long for me, not as easy to haul on my truck, but they didn't have any tins in stock. But I also do like the fact that the 11.5 is overdrive ready, so that I can just take the sonar pod out of it and put the overdrive in. So this isn't going to be a review. This is going to be more of an overview of features I found and things that I already like about it. I'm going to do a review probably at about 6 months when I actually get some use on it, and probably just a few updates here and there when I'm actually using it. So let's get into it. Okay, first off, we're just going to start at the front, and then we'll go over kind of how I have it set up. So it's got a molded in handle right here, which is really nice. It's really, really thick, good quality plastic. And this is the version 1. The version 2s have rod tip protectors right here, but that wasn't too big of a deal. Then we've got, if you go back, a locking hatch that is really nice. It's watertight, and it's great because it goes, I don't know how well it's in focus right now, but the storage goes all the way through the back. You see these holes there, and there. You can slide a rod up in those pretty easily. I may show that later. But then if we just go a little further back, close that, it's just simple lock, just push down and lock all 3 of them, and watertight, even if you flip it. If we go back just a little further, let me get this rod right here. Or, yeah, you can get this rod undone. But, well, first off, this is the paddle leash. I just figured out how I can hook a rod into it. You just put the trigger of the rod back in here and loosen the line, and you can strap it in the rod holder if you would like to do that. I'm not sure how much I'll do that though. But the great thing about this is, if you see these little grooves that there's 3 slots on each side of the kayak. It's great. I don't know if this is what it was designed for. I'm just assuming it's great for holding a rod in place, like if you have a fish up here and you just set your rod down. I'll move this out of the way. Actually, I'll move it back here so don't remember not to step on it. Excuse that. But and then next up we have the sonar pod right here, which I love this thing. It's pretty easy just to pop open. If I can get a hold of it. It is pretty flush. If you can see that, flush in there, so sometimes it's a little hard to get the finger behind it. But it's nice and sealed. You got the bungee. And came with the scudder plugs. I haven't even had a chance to put them in. I like these. They pop open, so even if you have them in, they can still drain. But you've got the nice sonar pod, which the great thing about this, if you had a sonar in, you can just flip that right there and it'll pop right out. And just like pop this up like that, and it comes right out. And that's actually where you can put the overdrive system, which you can use as a pedal drive, or you can change it out with a motor. So to put it back in, you just get it, throw the back in, put that down, and then you get this, and these little pieces, you just line up, click right in place. Close it the same way. It's got a nice bungee seat, and it's got gaskets for wires for if you wanted to put a sonar. Nice stuff for the foot pedals here. These things are great. They're very easily adjustable. All you have to do on this version 1 is just pull up and slide it. Great, I love it. This is the stand-up assist handle, which honestly, the only time I'm going to use this is if the seat's in the low position, because then you're just more lower to the ground. But if I was to pick the seat up, your legs are at, I'm about 6'2", and my legs are bent in a way where I can just stand right up with it. So there's no worries with that. And then, of course, we've got the FeelFree tracks there on this side, and then 2 in the back, which if you want to use Yak Attack attachments, you have to get the adapters for those. Then here's the reinforced standing platform. I already got a little dirt just because I've been walking on it. Really great. It doesn't buckle in and bow at all like if you were to stand on something like this. It's reinforced with plexiglass, and then I think it's something like a rubber material there. And then onto the seat. This is one of my favorite features of this kayak, is the seat. If you're going to be in a kayak for 8 to 9 hours, this is one of the most important pieces of it. This seat is great. It's got a lot of foam and it's very comfortable. I like it's a decent height back, but it's also really long here. Me being a tall guy, I love that. But this is nice for life jackets. It just fits easier. It's got pockets on each side. Very easily adjustable to let it down. Let's see if I can do it one-handed. Sometimes it's a little difficult. You just pull up and it lowers right down. And to raise it, all you have to do is grab it and it comes right on up. We've also got these pockets right here with bungees on each side. And if you're gonna, you're gonna be keeping it up the whole time, you can also use under here for storage, which I'm probably gonna end up doing. Move back a little bit further. We've got a small cup holder on this side and a larger one on this side. I will say, this is the one downside to this kayak. I would have preferred a cup holder right in this area. Easier access, and these bolts keep cups from sitting up straight. They sit sideways, and you've got to watch out when you're letting them down. It will crush a cup. I put a dent in my Yeti a minute ago, almost brand new Yeti, just letting the seat down. Nothing against the kayak, that was on me, I just wasn't paying attention. So we moved back a little bit further. I've already got just rods in here. We've got the rod holders, flush mount rod holders on each side with built-in bungee rod holders, which is great. It fits a spinning rod perfectly and a bait caster. Then we've got a large tank well with bungee strap downs in this, and it fits my tackle warehouse backpack. It's got a lot of tackle in it perfectly. And then we move a little further back, we've got the bungee system here. I like the fact that it moves, which is nice because I'm probably gonna end up moving it out of the way. One thing I have heard is that you have to be careful with these little orange pieces because they break. And I like it, it works. I'm probably just gonna, again, end up moving all of them back. Go a little bit further. You got a nice little handle right here, just a standard rubber grip fabric. And of course we got the molded in handle. Then we've got the drain plug right here on the side. Something I really like about the drain plug is it won't just fall out. It, unscrewed, it hangs there completely, like just fine. Tighten right down real quick. Next thing is the rudder. It is rudder compatible. I do not have it. So the rudder would hold right here, and then it would go in here, in here. I'm gonna run up the sides, and you would have your 8-ball control. That's what they call it. It's got a little 8-ball on it to control the rudder, and then it would come up here too if you wanted to run it the foot pedals, I guess. And then of course another big selling point for me, something standard on all FeelFree kayaks, is the wheel and the keel. So what this does is a wheel, so if I pick it up in the front, I can freely roll it, which is great. A lot of the boat ramps I go to are longer. And if somebody's down there, and I just want to get fishing, I can get my kayak, load it up like this, and just pick it up and roll it. It is a pretty heavy kayak, but being able to roll it like that makes it a lot easier, being that I also go out by myself a lot. So let's go on the way that I have it set up. I've got my paddle, which fits great in here. It's just a cheap paddle. I still haven't upgraded it. I love it though. It works great. Never had any problems with it. Got my bait caster on my right side, spinning rod on the left. And my tackle bag. I'm probably gonna end up moving or getting extra tools to put in here, but that's just as simple as I have it set up. I'll keep phone, wallet, and keys in there. Works great. We drove, I think, an hour and a half with it to get it because coronavirus, they're all out of stock right now, which is kind of sucky, but I love it. Got it from Blue Sky Outfitters in Rome, Georgia. They are great. If you live in the area and you want to get anything they have there, they're really nice staff and all. But this is the kayak. It's the ocean blue camo, which I like. It's really nice colors. But I think that's it. What's up, guys? Well, thanks for making it through to the end of the video. As you can tell, I'm out on the water right now on the kayak. It's my first time out on it. It's handling really well so far. It does tend to track. Like whichever way you finish paddling, it tends to track that way. But that's come to be expected with a boat like this. It's just longer, it's gonna track. That's why they have rudder compatibility. But I've got it loaded out. I actually caught a fish on it. It handled great. I can stand up in it with out very much problem. It's just gotta me kind of getting more stable with it. Gotta work on my balance. But thank you for watching. Hopefully I'll be making more videos soon. See you guys next time.